Hi boys and girls. Today we are continuing with showing our decimals as equivalent mixed numbers, and they show us here to use a line segment first to help match the lengths. So for example, like this is 2 6/10, so I was do 1 whole, 2 wholes, and then 6/10 would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a little bit smaller than a whole. Obviously, it's 4/10 away. And then as a mixed number, we would have 2. Our numerator is that 6, and it's in the tenths place, so that becomes our denominator. And again, we always have our label. So let's try it again with 3 5/10 centimeters. So I would have 1 whole, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, and then I would have half of 1 because it's 3 1/2. Also known as 3 5/10 of a centimeter. So the numerator is that 5, and the denominator is which place value it's in. So it's in the tenths place, so that's why we write our denominator out of 10. Our whole number is what's in the ones place. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to try C, D, and E, and then check back with me to compare your work and mine. So go ahead and pause your video and try C, D, and E. All right, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you take a second and go over C, D, and E by comparing my line segments and my mixed numbers with yours. Don't forget we need to have that label in order to make the answer correct. Go ahead, pause your video and double check mine, and then we'll start with number 2. Okay, let's get started with number 2. So it says first, let's convert this unit form into decimal form. So it tells us each unit, meaning each place value. So we have 2 ones, so that's a 2 in the ones place, and when we see that and, we know it's our decimal, a 6 in the tenths place, 6/10. They also showed us down here written in fraction form, 2 6/10, which I love that they showed both forms. And then it asks us to model and rename the fraction, or rename it. So we're going to show how it's 1 whole, 2, and then we're going to color in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Color them in. So we have 2 6/10. And then they showed us down here how they renamed it. Awesome, right? What I'd like you to do for B and C is I want you to try them on your own. There's one in unit form that you need to convert to decimal form, and there's one in a mixed number, also in fraction form. I need you to convert it, and then show me using that model what it looks like. So go ahead, pause your video, and do B and C, and then check back with me. Let's get started going over these. So what I did was I showed how originally it was in unit form. I showed it in decimal form, 3 8/10. I also showed it in fraction, and then I used the model to represent this as well. Down here I had my fraction. I converted it to a decimal form, and I did the unit form. Again, I drew my model. I want you to go ahead and try D and E, but I want you to remember that down here, there's a second part. It says how much more is needed to get to 5 wholes. So you're going to have to count on from when you do your model to show how much more to get to 5. Go ahead, pause your video, try it on your own, and then check back with me. Good luck.